your first taste of the Fever crowd. What do you think?
I don't know. I think I was a little shell-shocked at first, but it's amazing. I'm just honored to be in this moment, in this group, with this group, this team, this fan, this city. It's been great. I feel like I've been working for this moment for a very long time, but I'm just happy we got the win. And I only wanted one thing, was a win.
I feel lucky enough to learn from her every single day. But yeah, we were hunting her. They were making it hard on us, but we were trying to get switches and everything, but we finally got it in.
DeWanna Bonner isn't new to mind games. She's been in the WNBA long enough to know how to play the media, the fans, and sometimes even her opponents without ever saying a single word out loud. So when she posted a cryptic message on her Instagram story that simply read, "Loyalty is rare, remember that?" with a black heart emoji and no context, people noticed. Within minutes, the post went viral across WNBA circles. And by the end of the day, one thing was clear. DeWanna Bonner had just thrown major shade at the Indiana Fever, and no one was safe from the fallout. The timing of the post was everything. It came just hours after news broke that Emma Meesseman was officially joining the Indiana Fever, forming a supercharged alliance with rookie phenom Caitlin Clark.
Well, DeWanna Bonner, you made history today, moving into third place, passing a legendary player like Tina Thompson.
You know, I know we put up 93 points and won by 30, but I felt like we still could have been a lot better. So we go back to work. You know, we have hard games coming up. That's the thing about this league. You have a couple days, it's on to the next, on to the next. So how do we keep getting better? She's one of the best players that's ever played the game, touched the ball. So, I mean, not only a great person, great basketball player, really great leader for our team. So,
on the surface, this might seem like just another roster move in a busy season, but within the context of the league's tightly knit and emotionally charged culture, the implications ran deeper. Especially for someone like Bonner, who's been around long enough to recognize when a shift in power is happening and when it's personal. Bonner's message wasn't just a passing comment. It came on a black background, stark white text, and with no additional context, just the words in that single emoji. And if you know anything about the WNBA's social media ecosystem, you know that silence speaks louder than press releases. Within moments, fans flooded comment sections, forums, and sports threads trying to decode the meaning. Was it aimed at Meesseman, at Clark, at the Fever organization as a whole? Or was it more abstract, Bonner putting the league on notice that she sees what's happening and she doesn't like it? It wasn't the first time Bonner had used social media as a weapon. She's posted veiled quotes before, often after tough games or controversial league news. But this one struck a nerve, especially because of what was happening on the court. The Indiana Fever, long considered an afterthought in the league, were suddenly gaining traction, not just because of Caitlin Clark's scoring ability, but because of how quickly they were building around her. And Meesseman, she wasn't just a solid signing, she was a finals MVP, a European League champion, and one of the smartest players in the game. Her addition sent a clear message. The Fever weren't just trying to win, they were trying to dominate. For Bonner, who's built her career on being consistent, clutch, and fiercely loyal to her teammates, it felt like a line had been crossed. Though she's not with Indiana, her ties to many players in the league and her standing as a veteran voice make her opinion matter. She's one of the few players who can throw shade without saying a name and still have everyone know exactly who she's talking about. And fans were quick to draw the connection. One post on X read, "DeWanna saw that Fever press conference and hit post faster than Caitlin Clark hits a logo 3. Another simply said, "The black heart emoji? Oh, she's pissed." But why would Bonner take issue with Indiana's rise? That's where things get even more layered. Some believe it's less about Meesseman or Clark individually and more about the way the Fever are being elevated. For years, players like Bonner, who've put in the work, won titles, and carried franchises, have been overshadowed by the league's marketing machines. Now, with Clark bringing a new level of media frenzy to the WNBA, there's growing tension between the old guard and the new spotlight. Meesseman, by aligning with Clark, may have inadvertently chosen a side, and Bonner noticed. Others think it goes even deeper. Bonner has had battles with both Clark and Meesseman in the past. She's guarded them, been guarded by them, and exchanged heated words in more than one matchup. She's also known for her intensity and competitive pride. Watching two rivals link up to potentially make a playoff push could very well feel like betrayal, not in a personal sense, but in a professional one. Loyalty in this league often goes unspoken, But when it's perceived to be broken, players remember. And let's not ignore the possibility that Bonner's post wasn't just a reaction. It was a warning, a signal that she's watching and that she's not backing down. That when the Fever face the Connecticut Sun next, it won't just be another game. It'll be a statement. And Bonner, as always, will be ready. This isn't just about basketball, it's about respect, about legacies, about who gets the glory and who gets forgotten. Bonner's career has been built on being unshakable. She's not the loudest, she's not the flashiest, but she's the kind of player who gets it done night after night, year after year. And when someone like that speaks, even in code, the whole league listens. So what did loyalty is rare really mean? Maybe it's a jab at players jumping teams. Maybe it's a shot at front offices that only see dollar signs. Or maybe it's something more personal, a feeling that the league she's given everything to is now pivoting toward a newer, shinier narrative. Either way, the reaction was instant. Teammates chimed in with vague likes and emojis. Commenters debated endlessly. Sports analysts tried to stay neutral, but even they had to admit it was shade. Big, bold, calculated shade. And in a season already filled with drama, it poured gasoline on the fire. Even Caitlin Clark's camp couldn't ignore it. Though Clark herself didn't respond publicly, sources close to the Fever said the post was not unexpected. One insider added, "Everyone respects DeWanna, but that doesn't mean they're afraid of her." Indiana's focused on building something special. They're not looking over their shoulder. But make no mistake, they saw it. And when the two teams meet, the tension will be real. Fans are already circling dates on the calendar. Fever versus Sun might not have been a marquee matchup before, but now it's appointment viewing, not because of standings, not because of stats, but because of energy, because of that post, because of the stare downs, the body language, the possibility of a subtle elbow, or an N1 celebration that lingers a little too long. It's theater, it's war, it's WNBA basketball at its most unfiltered. And Bonner? She's not backing down. She never does. If anything, this is just the beginning. Cryptic posts have become a new form of communication in sports, a way to speak volumes without getting fined or dragged into interviews. And Bonner, with one post, reminded everyone that the vets are still here, still watching, still ready to clap back. So what happens next? Probably more silence. Maybe another post. Maybe a subtle on-court moment that gets replayed 1,000 times. But what's certain is this: DeWanna Bonner didn't post that by accident. She knew exactly what it would do. She knew it would get screenshotted, dissected, and discussed. She wanted it to be felt. And it was. Loyalty might be rare, but so is a player like Bonner. And if you think that cryptic post was the end of the story, you haven't been paying attention. The next chapter is coming, and it's going to be loud.